Have you ever heard the term SAN or NAS and you wondered what the difference is between each of them? What I'm going to do is I'm going to explain the difference and how one might differ between another in terms of performance and why you would choose one over the other. So looking at this diagram over here, we can see that we have two servers connected to a switch, and we have the NAS connected to the switch as well, along with two clients. We can see that this client right here is on the web browser, and this client right here is watching a 4K video. Now, what we can see is that these servers and these two devices are connected to the same switch. With that being said, any sort of traffic that is going to these two devices will ultimately impact the difference or impact the server's ability to connect to the NAS and impact potentially the throughput that NAS could get. So if there's ever like a network loop, or this switch goes down, or whatever the potential problems are that can happen to a normal network, can happen to this network. When you're running VMs that are connected to a NAS, you can see that there's a chance for some of these, like if a loop were to bring down this network, the storage would be unacceptable. Those VMs would stop running, and therefore those VMs might crash. If we look at something like this typical SAN network here, we can see that there's a SAN switch all alone that is then connected to the two servers. Now, theoretically, if we have this guy streaming a 4K video and this one browsing the web, whatever they're doing here will not impact the switches or the server's ability to reach the storage. If a loop ever happens here, these devices may potentially lose access to these servers. However, these servers will not lose access to the storage, and the VMs will not crash. The operating systems will go perfect. And then if you have any form of like backups that's happening there, those can all still happen appropriately without any issues. One of the major differences here is between this NAS setup, where the storage itself connects to the same switch that everything else connects to. The two storages on a SAN-based network is the two storages connect to their own SAN switch or storage attached network. As we can see, this is storage attached to a network and its own little thing. And then these two servers have direct access to these storage devices through the SAN switch. Now, what's also good to note here is that, again, if anything ever happens to this guy here, like a network update, a loop brings down the network or anything like that, then these servers are still able to access their storage and still be able to do anything that they need to do. So yeah, that's kind of the big things between the difference of a SAN and a NAS. NAS connects directly to the same switch that typically everything else connects to. So if you're running this in your home, this can typically be like some sort of Seagate device or Western Digital device. Typically for your data centers, this is something like Pure Storage, HP Storage, or even like NetApp. And kind of similar here, same type of storage can be used for both. It's just a matter of that this one has its own switch or own set of switches for redundancy versus actually connecting it directly to the other one. So yeah, that's basically the big difference between NAS and SAN. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them down below in the comments. Don't forget to check out my bio for my YouTube, my Blue Sky. And yeah, have a good one.